Section 10. Condition restraining alienation. Where property is transferred subject to a condition or limitation absolutely restraining the transferee or any person claiming under him from parting with or disposing of his interest in the property, the condition or limitation is void, except in the case of a lease where the condition is for the benefit of the lessor or those claiming under him, provided that property may be transferred to or for the benefit of a woman not being a Hindu, Muhammadan or Buddhist, so that she shall not have power during her marriage to transfer or charge the same or her beneficial interest therein. General rule, it states that any absolute condition preventing the transferee or anyone claiming under them from alienating the property is void, meaning it has no legal effect. This protects the free movement of property in the market and promotes economic development. Exceptions. Leases. Conditions restricting alienation in leases are valid when they benefit the lessor, such as preventing subletting without permission. Women's property. Property can be transferred to or for the benefit of a woman except for Hindus, Muslims and Buddhists, with the condition that she cannot alienate it during her marriage. This exception has been criticized for being outdated and discriminatory. Section 11. Restriction repugnant to interest created. Where, on a transfer of property, an interest therein is created absolutely in favor of any person, but the terms of the transfer direct that such interest shall be applied or enjoyed by him in a particular manner, he shall be entitled to receive and dispose of such interest as if there were no such direction. Where any such direction has been made in respect of one piece of immovable property for the purpose of securing the beneficial enjoyment of another piece of such property, nothing in this section shall be deemed to affect any right which the transferor may have to enforce such direction or any remedy which he may have in respect of a breach thereof. Partial restraints. While absolute restraints are void, partial restraints on alienation are generally allowed. This means conditions that limit the ways in which the property can be transferred, example only to specific persons or families, can be valid. Test for validity. Courts consider the following factors when determining the validity of partial restraints. Reasonableness. The restraint should have a legitimate purpose, such as protecting family heritage or ensuring proper use of the property. Duration. Unreasonable or perpetual restraints are likely to be struck down. Public policy. The restraint should not be against public policy, such as hindering economic development. Section 12. Condition making interest determinable on insolvency or attempted alienation. Where property is transferred subject to a condition or limitation making any interest therein, reserved or given to or for the benefit of any person, to cease on his becoming insolvent or endeavoring to transfer or dispose of the same, such condition or limitation is void. Nothing in this section applies to a condition in a lease for the benefit of the lessor or those claiming under him. Section 12 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 specifically deals with conditions or limitations attached to transferred property that attempt to restrict the transferee's ability to dispose of it into scenarios. Insolvency. Endeavor to transfer. Insolvency. If a condition is attached to the transfer stating that the transferee's interest in the property will cease upon their becoming insolvent, such condition is void and has no legal effect. This means that even if the transferee becomes insolvent, their interest in the property remains protected and cannot be automatically forfeited by creditors. Endeavor to transfer. Similarly, if a condition is attached to the transfer stating that the transferee's interest will cease upon their attempt to sell, gift, or otherwise dispose of the property, such condition is also void. This protects the transferee's right to freely alienate the property, although other restrictions on the mode of transfer, example, only to specific beneficiaries, might be deemed valid under Section 11.